Hello guys, it is your girl Masai, and if you are new here, welcome to the family, welcome to my channel, and thank you guys for clicking this video. As you can tell by the title of this video, it is going to be why I chose Kentucky, how I ended up here, what I did, what not to do, and just everything that you need to know so that you have a successful recruiting process, and so that I could just help you guys along on your process, and just some things that I did that you do not want to do. Also, I know you guys can see the background just a little bit. I know that I'm really frosty, so you can't see it a lot, but I do have some trash that I needed to take out, and I am doing some laundry on the side, so just don't mind that. So if you're interested in this video, like, comment, subscribe, and let's hop into it. I did write down a bunch of notes so that it could just be really easy for me to just stay on track and speak on what I wrote down, so I'm not like all over the place. Like, that's just the best thing that works for me. So of course, like I said, this is why I chose Kentucky, and a lot of people don't know I didn't really choose Kentucky. I feel like Kentucky chose me. God chose Kentucky for me. And if you didn't know, I really committed to one school before I committed to Kentucky, but I verbally committed to Texas A&M in the process of my recruiting process. So let's just go through the whole timeline of how I ended up here. Alright y'all, so only a few people know the real backstory behind my recruitment process, and I didn't really want to share it like up front because it was kind of embarrassing at the time. It was a lot going on. My mom was sick. Like, it was just a lot going on in my life, so I just kind of like did not tell people like the real truth behind why I didn't get accepted to Texas A&M at first, and why I ended up at Tennessee secondly, and then how I ended up finally at Kentucky. So first off, I verbally committed to Texas A&M, and they literally told me the day before National Signing Day that they were pulling my scholarship and that they did not have a scholarship for me anymore. First, because I didn't have the best grades at the time. I mean, my grades were not like terrible. Like, I had like A's, B's, and C's. Like, going to a school like Bullis, that's a college prep school. It literally was like college, so like a C at Bullis is like literally an A+ in a public school. And there's no knock to public schools or anything like that, but the school that I went to for high school was literally like $40,000, $50,000 a year. So I was paying what you would pay to go to a college. So I was basically taking like college classes, and I was in public school my whole life. Public school until like 2 years before going to Bullis, and the curriculum at the private school that I was at, it had no comparison to Bullis. So the curriculum was very different, and it was a lot harder than what I was ever used to. So my grades were like A's, B's, and C's. It wasn't like an A student, you know, nothing like that. And I didn't know that, and it ultimately affected my process of getting accepted to school. And at this time, I did not know that grades mattered, test scores mattered, anything like that. I'm like, if I'm fast, I know I'm going to college. Like, I didn't know that you had to have good grades, you had to, you know, get accepted. I didn't even know that you had to write a college letter when you're being recruited as an athlete. So I was just really oblivious to that. I'm just thinking, if you're good at your sport, you're getting into the school. And that's just what I thought. And no one ever told me that that's not true. You have to have a solid either GPA or a solid test score to get accepted into a school that you're trying to go to. A school like Kentucky is not the hardest to get into. Being an athlete, you're able to get into whatever school because you are an athlete, but you still have to have the required GPA and required test scores to actually enroll and be eligible to run or to do whatever sport that you're trying to do. So backtracking a little bit, I did take 5 visits. I went to University of Georgia, University of Tennessee, Texas A&M, Florida, University of Florida, and University of Miami. Out of all 5 of those schools, like I said, ended up picking Texas A&M. Before National Signing Day, they did literally call my dad, and my dad literally called me. Mind you, I was like on my way to get my lashes done, and my dad's like, "Are you driving right now? Pull over." I'm like, "Bro, what's going on? Like, what's happening?" He's like, "You're not signing to Texas A&M. They pulled your scholarship, and you have to re-enter the recruitment process." When I tell y'all, I literally broke down. I literally could not believe what I was hearing, because I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, I was getting my grades up, I was getting my test scores up, like everything was going up, like, and they just had no faith that I was gonna do what I believe I knew I could do, because up until this point, I've never ever been eligible. I've made the academic honor roll 3 times being at University of Kentucky, so being eligible has never ever been a problem for me. It's just at that point based on the test scores that I had and based on the grades that I had, it looked like I didn't care about like my test scores and stuff like that. It looked like, you know, Texas A&M is a really, really good, highly academic school. So they just did not have faith that I could do what I knew I could do. Like, me being ineligible, like, come on now. If you know me, I'm gonna always make something happen. I'm gonna always make something shake. So that was never an option. Like, what? Me sitting out because of my grades? Never. Like, never, ever, ever. I've never had to sit out because of my grades. But it just looked like that from the eye, and they didn't have faith in me. So that's why I did not actually sign to Texas A&M. And that's why I only verbally signed. So then, moving off, you know, that is out of here now. That is off my mind. It is what it is. It's over with and it's done. I had to reopen my recruitment process, and I'm so glad that I still had all the 4 other schools that had interest in me. They were still interested in me, and they were still offering me a full scholarship, so I was very blessed about that. But it wasn't any of the schools that I really wanted to go to. Like, I picked Texas A&M because I could truly see myself being there, because the coaches, the team, the area, like everything about it was just like calling my name. But that was off the table, and now I had to re-enter the recruitment process and going down the line of who I wanted to sign with, if it was University of Georgia, Tennessee, University of Florida, or Miami. I knew I wasn't going to Miami because I wanted to go to an SEC school, so that was already off the roster, and I was really fed up, and I was just like, all right, forget it. Like, I'm about to just sign at University of Georgia. Like, it is what it is. And then my coach at the time, he was just like, yo, I'm sorry, my washing machine is like going off. 1 second. Okay, I really hope you guys can hear me, because like I said, my washing machine is going off. Every time I'm recording a video, I'm always watching. It's Sunday, so that's what I do on Sundays. But anyways, my coach at the time, he just strongly recommended me to not sign with Georgia, just to react on instinct. He was like, wait, let's reanalyze the process, let's slow down, and let's take our time, because this is a lifetime decision, and it is a business decision. And you know, wherever you put yourself, wherever you go, it can affect you either negatively or positively, especially if you're reacting just out of impulse. So I was like, forget it, let me just sign to Georgia, and that of course didn't happen. And then I ended up talking to Coach Hall again, who is now the coach at University of Tennessee, and he was like, we are really interested in you. Like, they came back for a home visit, and then I ended up committing on site when Tennessee came to my house. The head coach and Coach Hall ended up coming down, and they was just showing and proving how much they really, really wanted me as an athlete. And I think it was all in disguise by the grace of God, because if Coach Hall did not come back to my house in Maryland, like he took a second visit to come and tell me how much he wanted me as one of his athletes. If he didn't do that, I would have never signed. I would have probably went to University of Georgia or University of Florida and would have been just super unhappy. So like I said, I ended up committing on the spot when they came. But I was not a big fan of University of Tennessee, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. When I went on the visit, it was honestly like one of my least favorite visits. Like, I'm not gonna get into the details about it, but like, I was just like, I'm not going here. I'm not going here. But when Coach Hall came back with the head coach and they really talked to me, I was like, it's not about like all the external stuff. It's about how great this coach can make me at that point in time, because I didn't have many other options. I'm just like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So I did what I had to do, signed. They believed in me. I was officially going to University of Tennessee at that point, and I was excited. You know, I started talking to the team again. Like, I started talking to the people who were potentially gonna be my roommates and things like that. So I was just super excited, because this really felt like a team and a family that was excited to have me and had faith in my ability on and off the track. So now, fast forward to the end of my senior year, my Coach Hall, he has gone ghost on me. I'm like, yo, like, I'm committed to your school. Like, I'm over here trying to hit him up for workouts. He's not responding back to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? Like, did I just get like played, you know, type of thing. And at this time, he was in the process of signing with Kentucky, and he couldn't speak to me at that point. And I didn't know that. I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, my coach, like, he was saying all these nice things, like, now he's gonna go, so what's going on, all this stuff. Like, everything was just literally racing through my head like a mile a minute. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then I see a post on Instagram or Twitter, and they're like, Coach Hall signs with University of Kentucky. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no way. Like, I just did all of this, he just came to my house telling me how much he wanted me, and now he's switching to Kentucky. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, no, you can't be doing this. At this point, he still wasn't able to talk to me, and then I don't even know how we got like this stuff situated, but he ended up saying like he still had the same amount of money for me, like come to Kentucky with me, it's gonna be a great experience, it's gonna be even better experience, whatever. And I made the switch, I made the change. I'm like, bet, let's go, let's do it. Like I said, I wasn't super excited to go to Tennessee in the first place, because on my visit I did not really enjoy the team. It was one of my least favorite visits, so I'm just like, whatever's new, I'm just ready for it. And mind you, I've already ran at Kentucky, and I knew the success that Kentucky had prior to me going there, but it just was like, bet, something new, like something other than Tennessee. Like their colors, all that was like real cute, but I'm just telling y'all, like I just didn't see myself like truly like fitting in with the team and fitting in like there at all. But like I said, I was just going there to handle the job and do what I had to do. So when I heard that Kentucky was an option and he still had everything, like nothing was changing, I'm like, bet, I'm coming. Like I don't care. Like I was so geeked. So once all of this was going on, school was starting in like 2 to 3 weeks. So now at this point it's crunch time. Like I had to get in contact with the NCAA and get released from the contract that I signed with Tennessee. So I had to wait for the head coach at the University of Tennessee to fully release me. You're literally signing an agreement that you will be here, so you can't just like not show up. Like you will literally get sued or something. I don't even know. People don't do that. So I had to literally get released from the contract, and I was just blessed that she fully released me, because as a head coaches can literally put holds on you. They could be like, oh yeah, you could go here, but you can't go to the SEC. You can go here, but you can't go to the Big Ten, or whatever the case is. So I was just super blessed that she fully released me, and I was able to sign with Kentucky. And this was 2 weeks prior to school starting, and then I had to get enrolled in all my classes and figure out the dorm situation. I knew nobody on the Kentucky track and field team. Like, you know, people be signing in November, like everyone be already hitting each other up, be cool, be friends. Like I literally knew nobody. Like I didn't know a soul, and I was just like, I'm ready for it all. Like I don't care. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better than Tennessee. Once that happened, I ended up making it to Kentucky, and it ended up being, and Kentucky literally ended up being the best school out of every single school that I visited. For me, like it just felt literally at home. Like people always say you're supposed to get that at home feeling when you're on visits and stuff like that, but I never got that. Like the closest feeling to feeling at home was Texas A&M, and once that was out of the picture, I was like, dang, right now I'm just gonna have to pick just somewhere, like somewhere where it's just like it is what it is kind of thing. Like I'm just here for a job. So when I got to Kentucky and I met the team, I met the coaches, I met everybody, like it was just like literally a dream come true, which is why I'm literally still here 5 years later, because I just love the team, I love the coaches, and everything about it is just, it speaks to who I am, and everyone here is just a good representation of what real work looks like. And in high school I was on a team where people didn't have the same goals in mind as me. Like I had to dumb down my success to make other people feel better. So being around a team and individuals who truly were happy for you when you do good, they're cheering for you when you PR, like, and you don't gotta like hide your success and cover up your medals and things like that. Like it was such a great feeling, y'all. Like that's why I said it was literally God sent, like for me being here. And like I said, I didn't choose Kentucky. Kentucky chose me. And people always like, I'm just so confused. So anytime anybody asks me, I'm just telling them to watch this video. I kid y'all not, like this has just been a dream come true. Like literally when I met everybody, everyone was so cool, so nice. Like I'm still cool with every single person that I talked to my freshman year. The dorms were literally to die for. If you have not watched my dorm tour video, go back on my YouTube channel and check that out. It's probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. But you just see everyone gets their own room, full-size beds, Tempur-Pedic beds, and everything about it just spoke to like, like this is just literally the perfect world for a little college 18-year-old freshman that is just trying to find her way, and everything was just literally perfect. So overall for this part of the video, y'all just heard a lot that I said. Like I just kind of wrapped you guys up. But more of the story is, even when it doesn't look like it's going your way, even when everything seems like it's just a closed door at every end, do not stop fighting. Like I was literally up late at night studying for ACTs, getting my grades up, just like really like studying, doing what I gotta do on and off the track to make sure that I was able to get into college with no problem. Like I said, to this day I've never ever had no problem being eligible to run in high school, in college, nothing. Like, I'm not someone that my coaches have to worry about. Like, I get what I need to do done. But I just thank all the coaches that did believe in me, because without you guys, none of this would have been here. Even the coaches that I didn't sign and commit to, I'm still cool with a lot of the coaches that are at different schools. But I really appreciate you guys for believing in me and trusting in me and trusting in my ability, because it might have not looked as clear as it is now. But I just thank and appreciate every single coach that was there for me, that believed in me, that supported me. I truly love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Okay, now let's get into some things that you should not do that could possibly help you in your recruiting process or whatever the case is while entering college or being in college, and you know, just some things that I've learned that could possibly help you. So number one that I wrote down is good grades and take your standardized tests serious. Like I told you guys, I didn't believe that having good grades and doing good on your test scores was important. I literally fell asleep the first time I took the ACT and just started guessing on all of them, because like I was just like, this doesn't mean anything. Like, this does not mean anything. And like, that was just the biggest misconception that I had in my head. And I started telling everyone after me, like, y'all, take this serious, because you can be a great athlete, but if you don't have the grades and the credentials to do what you got to do on the track, you would either literally be going to some type of JUCO, and no disrespect to JUCO, but if you don't have the grades, that's another option that you could go to still compete. You won't still get the same accessibility that running at a big school could give you. Like, that's just as simple as it gets. Because the JUCO athletes, the D1s, the D2s, all of that, like, they got some great athletes. If you see, they come to the SEC or the Power 5 schools and still eat. But if you don't have the grades and the eligibility, it doesn't matter what you can do on the track. You're gonna literally be limited, because that's just a requirement that they have for us athletes. It's just that simple. Number two, don't pick a school because the party was lit, your friends are going there, or the girls and the guys were cute, you know, little stuff like that. When I was 18, I thought I was so grown, but no, now I'm 22, about to turn 23 in a few months, and I'm like, bro, I thought I was so old, like, please. So just take it from someone that's been there and done that. Like, I understand that you might feel like you're mature, but you're gonna be a completely different person when you get into college, and when you start college, and when you look back at where you were when you was a freshman. You're like, I thought I was so grown. Like, I thought I was so old coming to college, and I just wasn't. So don't pick a school because of all the external stuff. Pick a school because it feels like at home. Pick a school because you can see yourself elevating, and this is a real business decision. Number three, don't judge a school based off of what you've heard from somebody else. Your experience can be way different than other people's experiences. So just see the school for yourself, meet the coaches for yourself, meet the team for yourself, because what somebody else might not like, you might like, and what somebody else might not like, you might like. I hope I said that right. If you're literally judging it before you get there, and you're not having an open heart and open mind to something new, then you're already setting yourself up for failure. So come into the school with an open heart, open mind, ready to learn, ready to see what's new, and don't listen to other people's opinions about the school, the team, the coaches. Experience it for yourself, meet the coaches for yourself, meet the team for yourself, because everyone likes different stuff. No one is the same, everyone is different. And the last thing that I wrote down, don't have people around you who don't have your best interest. Be conscious of who you're around during your time in recruiting, because it is a very stressful process, you guys. At the time of my recruitment, I literally was so stressed out. My mom was sick. I literally lost all my friends my senior year. I literally could not lean on nobody but myself. Like really lean on somebody. Like, I was like, I gotta do this. Like, I gotta do this for myself. I gotta do this for my family. I gotta do this for my mom. Like, you know, I didn't want my mom stressing about me not doing what I gotta do in school, and then it hindering her health even more. No, so I just knew that it's just about being a dog mentally and getting through it. So if you could have some really supportive people around you that have the best interest for you, and that want to see you win, then stick with those people and do not take those people for granted. Like, I love all my friends that stuck with me, but sometimes you do got to go through things on your own, and it was a very lonely time for me, but I had to do what I had to do to get where I am now. So yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. If I think of a whole nother list of something else, I'll make a part 2 to this video. Make sure you guys comment below what you guys think. I want to hear you guys' feedback. Let's have a conversation, because I will respond. Like, I see you guys' comments, so make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, we coming hard all year, and stay tuned to the me vlogs. Stay tuned to whatever I have next coming for you all. And yeah, I love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning into this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.